everyone. Good afternoon. How are you? We are starting this live a little bit, we are doing this live off our normal timeline. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. It's nice to see you. Ooh, taking apart things here. That's okay. I had company, so safe travels to my landlord. He stopped over today and we had a little chit chat and had some tea together. So thank you, Mr. Landlord. Thank you for, your kindness, your friendship, and safe travels home. So with that said, let's get into this, okay? I'm ready. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. From victim to thriver, reclaiming your self-worth after narcissistic abuse. And don't worry, if you guys can't come to this live right now, we will be doing a live tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern also. So, if you can't stick around for this one, if you want to join in again tonight, you're welcome to. So let's just dive in, okay? Welcome everyone. Hi, how are you? I'm a little bit unprepared, but we're good to go now. I'm good. We're making this happen. So just grabbing my milk. It's oat milk. It is so good. And let me just grab this here. Okay, paperweight. Hi Diane, nice to see you. Welcome. Yeah, I apologize. I'm kind of late, and I thought I gave myself enough time for this, but I had company come over, and my landlord came over. So again, happy trails home, Mr. Landlord. May you get home safely and have a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend. All right, as all of you guys have a wonderful weekend. So let's get into this. From victim to thriver, reclaiming your self-worth after narcissistic abuse. Now, this video comes from yesterday's video and the day before. The day before video on Wednesday that we did was, for me, freaking amazing. I was having, my mind was firing off, like God was coming to me, coming to you guys. I did not realize that there was scientific evidence until I went and researched, but I just found that out, and I had to share that with you guys. But I didn't know this before, that there's scientific evidence that says that our brains produce two main types of brain cells, and that's brain cells that focus on other people and brain cells that focus on us. Hi, AK International. Nice to see you. Hi, how are you? Welcome. Come on in. Welcome. Sit down. Are you from my friend? I don't know. Your name sounds familiar though. Maybe we've met a long time ago on a live or something. But thank you. Anyways, so I have just been stoked. So today's video comes from information from what we've gathered so far, just about this brain cells. Like, I'm just so stoked. I'm really stoked. So let's just get this right off. Let's just get this out of the way right off the top. I know if you are coming from a narcissistic relationship, I understand that it's common nature for you to blame yourself. What did I do wrong? What went wrong? How could this happen? What can I do differently? If they take me back, I'll do different. Hi, Deboy. I can't say your name, so I'm just going to call you Deb. Hi, nice to see you. Welcome. Come on in. Sit down. We are just getting into it here. From victim to thriver, reclaiming your self-worth after narcissistic abuse. We're going to give you some helpful hints. There. Now you're not seeing the shine. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're going to give you some helpful hints in this video to help you thrive. Okay? We are going to share with you, as it's been a common question, how do I heal? How do I heal from narcissistic abuse? How? Well, let's just get this off the top. you're not the problem. Seriously. The problem is not you. It never was you. You are not the problem. You don't need to change anything. You don't need to do better to get the narcissist back. You don't need to say things differently, do things differently. You're doing you. You're being you. And you, who you are, is good enough. But who you are is not good enough for the narcissist because they want a lowballer. They want somebody who is not as strong as you. And you are strong in your self-worth. You just don't realize that yet. And scientific studies have proven that there are two types of brain cells. Cells that focus on other people and cells that focus on ourselves. So what do you think happens when we get into a narcissistic relationship? We have an overgrowth of brain cells that focus on the narcissist. And when we leave the narcissist or when they leave us, those cells, those brain cells are still focused on the narcissist and the narcissist isn't in our lives anymore. So we panic. That's what we're going through. We're going to get into that today. So sit down, get comfy. Thanks for the likes. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so as we are here every day at 1 p.m. on the daily. I try. If I'm not here, I will leave a message in the community board for you guys to let you know that the show will be rescheduled at a different time. This show is supposed to be at 1 o'clock, but we're doing it at 3 o'clock. And I'm also going to redo this show at 10 o'clock p.m. too, in case you guys are, you guys have to leave early or whatever. We usually stay for about an hour and a half, sometimes 2.5 hours, depends on our comments, questions, and suggestions, and it depends on what we talk about. So you're welcome to stay for as long as you like and enjoy the show. Hi, Deb, you're from India. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Krista. I'm in Oshawa, Canada. Nice to see you. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. So you're not the problem when it comes to dealing with the narcissist. No, this is not a cult, Doc Martin. I used to watch that show. It's a British show, right? Doc Martin. Ah, good show. Anyways, no, this is not a cult. This is just, you're in Alberta. I was born and raised in Cowtown. I was raised in Airdrie, Alberta. My family and I moved there in 1979. And I graduated at Birch, well, I didn't graduate. I was supposed to graduate. But I would have graduated. My high school is Birch Church High School. So I would have graduated, but I was supposed to graduate, but I didn't. I'm glad I didn't. Because if I didn't graduate, I wouldn't be doing, if I did graduate, I wouldn't be doing this right now. So anyways, I'm sidelining. Hi, official Jesus Christ influencer. Alberta is Texas North. Yeehaw! I'm in Red Deer. I used to live in Red Deer too. How is Red Deer? Sylvan Lake. I used to live in Sylvan Lake. So yeah, it's, oh my gosh, this is awesome. This is awesome. Now just let me, sorry, just had to put somebody in timeout. There are questions, you guys are welcome to comment and ask questions, but all I ask, there's no stupid question. But I just ask that you remain respectful, as this is a non-denominational approach. We don't recognize denominations here, but denominations are certainly welcome. But we just ask that we be respectful to everybody, including your hostess. Okay? So let's get on with this video, shall we? So you know that you're not the problem. When you finally... love Sylvan Lake. Red Deer is a bit of a shit show. Pardon my mouth. Yeah, it was too. I moved from Sylvan Lake to Saskatchewan in 2007. So I used to live on Wild Rose Drive in Sylvan Lake, and yeah, there's a lot of history there. Ooh. And I loved going to Red Deer. I had to go to Red Deer because that's where I got my training for crisis outreach. And so I had to go to Red Deer, and yeah, it was still still a narcotic haven, I'll say. It's not a good place. It was even in the 70s. So, but anyways, let's just, that's another story. So just be safe. Be safe, keep yourself safe, keep your wits about you, and have your eyes in the back of your head, and just go with God. So the garbage comes from Edmonton and Calgary, unfortunately. Yeah, it always has. It always has. It's like, it's kind of like the Silk Road. Calgary and Edmonton has that highway, and it's the Silk Road of narcotics. So yeah, okay, so let's get on with it, because this is informative. So you know that you're not the problem. At least I hope you realize that. You're starting to realize that you're not the problem here. The narcissist has all the problem. You've recognized this truth, but here you are, stuck in the aftermath. You've woken up to the realization that your entire life with the narcissist has been a constructed lie. Oh, this is hard, and this hurts. Everything you once believed, all the memories you cherished, they feel like nothing more than illusions. So how do you move on from that? Well, all I can say is love to you, Krista. There we go. Love. It is deep, Jay. Hi, how are you? Welcome. Welcome, Jay. It's nice to see you. Yes, it is deep. We're going to get into the heart of it, where, you're I'm just explaining to you guys where you finally realize that you're not the problem. But you realize that you've been betrayed. You realize that your relationship with the narcissist, whoever they may be to you, you realize that it was just a constructed lie. It was all convoluted. It didn't mean anything. Well, don't go dismissing that just yet, because your feelings for the narcissist are still valid. They always were. And you can't throw that away. You can't dismiss that. You may say, well, I've wasted so many years with this person. Yeah, you can't get that time back, but you can reflect on your own memories. Those were real. That was your reality, and you loved that person as much as you could possibly love somebody. You gave. And so what you do is you take from that situation, you honor yourself by holding on to your truth, and honor your truth and your integrity by knowing that you did your best. You did the best that you could. And mistakes are, yeah, we make mistakes, but mistakes are what help us grow. Mistakes are what help us learn. So you've invested so much time, the best years of your life, you seem like were squandered in this relationship, and now it comes down to it all being a grand mistake. And now you're supposed to pretend like it didn't happen, or they don't matter to you. Well, it did happen. Hello, Marlene. Thank you for joining. Welcome. And Jay says, yes, it happens slowly over time, and you lose your frame of reference. So you have no anchor from which to understand what is normal. Well said. Thank you. Let's just screenshot that and take a snippet of that, because that's really profound. Thank you very much, Jay, for that. So I'm with Jay on this. Like, it happens over time, and you lose yourself, and you don't recognize how you lost yourself. But one thing remains stagnant with you, or remains not stagnant, sorry, that's the wrong word, remains true, remains unchangeable in you. And that's your love. That's your love is your integrity. Your love is your authenticity. Your love is who you are. And that has never, ever changed in the relationship. So they matter to you, and you don't have to dismiss that. You should never dismiss that. Just because the narcissist stops loving you, you don't have to stop loving them. You only need to change how, or the way you love them. Because you in the relationship, when you start healing, you'll recognize that you in the relationship were growing, you were flourishing, you were thriving in that unconditional love you were giving. And that is never wrong. You do not have to turn your feelings off. It doesn't work that way. This is not a normal, regular relationship that you're dealing with here. Now, the narcissist, they can play pretend, and they do. They're very good at it. But this relationship, you brought your best to it. And that is to be honored. That's never to be dismissed, okay? So don't think that who you are and what you brought to the table in this relationship is cheapened just because the narcissist was cheap and couldn't bring themselves or bring goodness to the relationship. Now, you're going to go over the dreams that you shared, the promises made, the laughter. How can any of that be fake? It's like, come on here. Like, come on. Just because the narcissist leaves, you're telling me that in order to heal, I have to let go of the narcissist. I have to just pretend that it doesn't happen. Like, my feelings don't matter. Your feelings do matter. Your feelings are valid. And you know what? Healing teaches you to not stop loving them. Healing teaches you to love them differently by loving yourself where they could not. Ooh. Listen to that again. The narcissist teaches you how to love yourself where they could not. That's how you heal, and that's how you cope after narcissism. The relationship, yes, it asked so much of you. Like, it took so much of you. And now you're being forced to just deal with it. Deal with the breakup. Deal with that they messed around with somebody else. Deal with that they left you destitute. Deal with that they left you emotionally and financially bankrupt. Like, just deal with it. No. No. Don't, what's the word I'm looking for? Don't tarnish your self-worth that way. Because you can't dismiss your feelings. You can't and you won't. And the only one that is forcing you to do that is the people that you're listening to, or maybe the therapy that you're listening to, or maybe you're listening to yourself. Maybe you have this expectation that, oh, in order to move on, I gotta let them go. You're not ready to do that yet. In time, you will let them go. Because in time, when this pain subsides, you will then learn to love yourself differently. As you will learn to love them differently. You'll learn to let the bitterness and hate and anger and just the abandonment and the worthlessness go, and you will appreciate the relationship for what it brought to you. You may not be able to see that now. So I get it. I've been there. You're frozen in this deafening silence of whirlwind confusion of the past months, even years. They flash before your eyes. You can't sleep at night. When you lay in bed, you're tossing and turning awake, thinking about the good things, thinking about future plans that you made, thinking about every nuance, every subtle gesture. Every moment of you standing in the truth feels like a grenade that has gone off and you can't hear yourself even think. This is too much pressure and your heart is bleeding as life is spinning on point in a carousel you can't get off. This carousel of a ride leaves you dizzy as you spin and spin as each day becomes Groundhog's Day, reeling as you try to make sense of it all. Okay, can I just breathe? Damn it, I need air. Give it to me. Where is it? How did this happen? How? You shout into the recesses of your mind as you cry yourself to sleep. And your mouth lingers open from the shock of it all. and you're waiting for your voice, that silent scream of terror and tragedy to get out. Instead, you grabbed your blankets and you cry, why? Seriously, I've done this. This sounds melodramatic, but no, I've been there. I've done this. I've done this in public. That's how enmeshed I was with this narcissist. I cried in public. I would hear music that would remind me of our romance. And I would just bawl to the point where I couldn't even breathe. So, inhale. Take a pause. Try to focus. And you're still going, why? You ask, there is no one to answer you. The silence around you speaks volumes. The silence around you tells you, you're alone, chica. You're alone, brah. What you gonna do? You examine every conversation, every glance, every little detail with a fine-tooth comb. You know you do. I've done it. You've done it. It's what is done. You were present in the relationship. You loved. You gave your heart and soul to the relationship. But did they? Apparently not. So how could they say and do things that made you feel like you were on top of the world, only to flip your world upside down, plunging you into a bottomless pit of betrayal? How is this even real? You're left wondering and questioning everything. You question your life, you question your worth, you question your reality. Was it all just a dream that morphed into a nightmare? How do you move forward in it when everything you once believed has crumbled into dust at your feet? It's meaningless. It means nothing. Well, stick around because we are about to find out, and you can heal from the shock of being abandoned, and you will find refuge after being rejected, and you will find peace after the chaos, and you will grow as you learn to lean in and trust yourself again. Marlene says, I now know who my narcissist ex is and what he is, and now I have some peace. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. So I'm here to say welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, newers. Newers. That's a new word. That's a Shannonism. Newers. Welcome, newcomers. Welcome, friends. Welcome, everyone. Welcome those of you who stick with me through thick and thin on this video channel already. It's nice to see familiar faces. It's nice to see new faces. Welcome. You guys make this video channel your own as you comment, ask questions, and you share your insights and your pain with all of us. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being so open and so generous with your time and your love. Now, in the description of this video, you will find a link. Well, I don't think I posted it quite yet, but I will post a link in this video that will give you access to the kinds of helps that I provide, as I am a crisis outreach mentor and an author. And I provide ebooks, e-coaching courses, membership tiers. I am your peer support mentor and your life advocate and your author. So what you will find on this link will help you, as they are written exclusively by me. So if you need immediate help, if you need immediate assistance, type help in the comments, or you can email me at my email address. I will always respond. And make this channel your own, because we are here to help each other. We are here to learn and grow. And I want to thank each and every one of you for making this channel a safe place for all of us. And you guys are making this channel grow. I cannot believe the growth that we've had. We've had a growth spurt in just a couple of weeks. I mean, this channel was kind of stagnant, flowing in the wind, and now it's like we're standing strong. We're a sentinel. We're a beacon of hope for other people, and you guys are making that happen. So, thank you. Come in, group hug. Thank you so much. So I appreciate your comments and your questions and suggestions. You guys are all welcome to participate. Just again, please keep in mind that we are all in different walks, and we need to be respectful of our audience, respectful of who's watching, and just keep in mind and just make your words respectful, not just to other people, but when you're respectful to others, you are actually respectful to yourself and honoring yourself too. So that moves mountains. That takes you places. When you can walk in integrity and hold your mouth back, hold your tongue back, even though you're angry, you want to say something really mean and curse because somebody hurt you or you didn't like what somebody said, you know what? Just you're still welcome to say it. Just temper your attitude, temper your words, and you know you'll shine respect. So welcome everyone. This is another live video, and wow, this is great stuff we're going to learn in this channel. Well, on this video and on this channel the last few weeks, I'm just floored. I am so excited, and I'm tripping up on my words, and yeah, I meander a little bit, and that's just my excitement. Just bear with me because my excitement will temper as we go through this video, and I'll just start flowing and we'll get in the groove of it. But right now I'm just so excited because God shows up, you guys show up, and we just, we hit narcissism in the nuts. Sorry, but it's true. We hit below the belt, and we just take our power back with all this information that is coming to us. It's awesome. So let's get into it. Make sure you have some tissues handy because you may feel the need to shed some tears. Just in case, you never know. You guys see me shed tears on this channel, so it does creep up and get you. It happens. So how do we move on from an abusive relationship? How can we let go and let God when our memories are so attached to the feelings of love and appreciation? Well, there's a thing called the narcissist hangover. And yeah, it's my term. I coined it, so it's a Shannonism. The narcissist lures us in with a baited trap of lies presented as truths. These truths we feed off of. We are intoxicated by these truths. And when the narcissist takes away the lures and these baited traps and walks away, well, we're left with withdrawal symptoms. Believing that we are in need of the narcissist, when in actuality we are in need of the so-called love and affection and attention that they initially provided, because we don't believe we can get that anywhere else. The withdrawals hit hard, and no, we're not just weaned off of the deceptive tactics. That's how come they hit so hard. They just stop. Cold turkey. We crave their presence, but now that they are gone, they ghost us without a trace. We are left with a severe hangover, my friends, and you can't just sleep this off. Their voice echoes inside of our minds. We feel a constant throbbing that will not go away. You may even catch a whiff of their cologne, their perfume, and it's a gut punch. The photos, the souvenirs, the memories, oh, they're too much and they're everywhere. It's all too much to take in. If only we could escape the suffering, because without them, it feels like we are slowly breaking apart, piece by piece. So here's the thing. This pain, well, it's got to happen. It has to happen. It's a part of the healing process. It doesn't feel good, of course not. But you got to let it happen. Let those feelings flood in. Don't bottle them up. Don't shove them down. Don't push them under that rug. This is a process that you must go through. It's not quick, and it might take even weeks or months for you to go through. But if you are going to get through this, and you will, you need to manage your feelings in a way that helps you, not hurts you. So I'm going to say this: do not eat your feels. Put some rules in place. That's the thing. When we're going through heartache or any sort of trauma, we let go of our rules. We let go of our morality. We let go of everything that's near and dear to us emotionally and spiritually, mentally and physically. We just forget ourselves. Don't forsake yourselves in this moment. Just because the narcissist forsook you doesn't mean you are worth forsaking. Do not forsake yourself, so hang on to your rules. Be present. I know that's hard to do, but stay present, meaning take itinerary of your life. First of all, don't eat your feels. I know it's tempting to just dive into that comfort food, the quart of ice cream, those donuts, those brownies. Oh yeah. But it's just going to drag you deeper into despair, because junk food actually contributes to depression. Don't sink into it. Don't sink into depression. You are dealing with feelings of abandonment, rejection, and unworthiness. So recognize that these feelings come up. And allow yourself to cry. Allow yourself to get mad. You're going to go through the 5 stages of grief. But understand that this is not like a regular breakup. So go easy on yourself. Whatever breakup is going on, go easy on yourself. Whatever kind of loss you're feeling, go easy on yourself. But understand that a narcissistic breakup is slightly different. Not slightly, it's way different. Let's be honest, it's way different. So these are not just random feelings. They are a direct result of the narcissist pulling away. And it's natural to feel like you can't go on. It's natural to feel like you are worthless. It's natural to feel like, okay, what do I do now? Because you've been dependent on the narcissist for so long. They took away your avenue of dependence. You were dependent on the narcissist, and they took themselves away. So you have to find a replacement, and that's not easily done. Your mind wants to find a replacement so that it can go back to that chemical cocktail of dependence, but there's a better way. Don't dismiss your emotions, but don't give in to them either. What I mean is, don't dismiss your emotions. If you can, when you are ready, just give yourself time to feel. Give yourself to actually express what you're feeling. But do not give yourself over to these feelings of expression, meaning you stay in control. You can be like, okay, I cried enough. I've got to get to work now. Okay, I've vented long enough. I've sat here before God and cried, and I've felt sorry for myself, and this is natural, and I've gotten angry, and I feel confused, but right now I gotta continue with life. So I'm going to acknowledge my feelings. I've taken the time to cry. I've taken the time to mourn this loss, but now life is calling me in another direction, and I've got to dust up and put on that happy face and just go and do this for me. I've got to go live life for me. So understand that it's natural to feel all these feelings that you're feeling. Give yourself time, but don't forget to live while you're giving attention to your feelings. These feelings are the narcissist imprinting on you. They projected their own issues, their own feelings of unworthiness, their feelings of rejection, their feelings of abandonment. They projected these onto you. And now these are magnified emotions, and they're swirling inside you. It's important to recognize this, that what you are feeling might seem overwhelming, and it is. It is terrifying. It's overwhelming. But remember, much of what you're feeling is not yours to bear. You've absorbed it. And this is natural, because we did a video on this where scientific studies show that the narcissist naturally brainwashes us. The narcissist naturally controls our mind. It's called synchronization, entrainment. And so when the narcissist pulls themselves away from you, your energetic pattern is still attached to them and wants to entrain with them, and there's no substitute. So yeah, it's going to be like panicking. So a lot of us fall into the trap of sinking into depression. We binge eat. We watch reruns of Young and the Restless. Yes, I used to be addicted to soap operas. I used to go around to people and say, my life is like a soap opera. And I meant that literally. It was no joke. I literally could resonate and relate to a lot of the characters on the soaps. But I don't watch them anymore because it's a form of gossip. But we bury ourselves under blankets, wallowing in bed, and we let the negativity fester. We replay every hurtful moment over and over in our minds. That's called rumination. And here's the truth. This cycle that we do to ourselves is only giving, it's fulfilling what we think the narcissist thought of us. You know, those tricks of the trade where the narcissist would be nice one minute and then pull back their compassion the next minute and belittle us. Well, we're just falling into the trap where by us falling into the depression, we're kind of making their words true about us. So you don't want to do that. You're better than that. Now's not the time to beat yourself up, nor give into shaming yourself. And that's what depression is. It's a way of shaming ourselves as we take the responsibility of blame that needs to go with the narcissist. Now is the time to nurture yourself, my friend, and we don't know how to do that. That's very difficult for many of us because we weren't taught how to nurture. So we have to learn how to embrace self-care in a way that you've likely never done before. It's something most of us, again, we were not taught. So let's just change that. Let's talk about how to foster self-love while healing from the inside out. Dealing with the loss of a relationship with a narcissist is unlike anything you've ever felt before. It really is. It's different. Just because one simple painful truth is that the foundation was never real. It was built on lies and manipulation and deceit. That's why it's important for us to see the relationship for what it was: betrayal. We're not just dealing with an ending of a relationship. We're not dealing with the ending. We're dealing with the betrayal. And really, to understand that betrayal, you got to go at the beginning of the relationship and see for yourself. This is where you got to get honest with yourself. You got to see for yourself who they really were, as they mirrored your good points, your good character towards you. Diane says, betrayal caused confusion. Absolutely. It causes you to question who you are. It causes you to question your worth. I can remember many times, I shared with you guys yesterday that I was betrayed by my mother-in-law, and that caused me to question myself. Because I really believed her when she said, "You don't have a mom, so just think of me as your mom. I'm the mom you never had." And I really thought of her like that. And when she pulled out that rug, oh my gosh, it hurt. It was devastating. I think I projected my hopes that I could have a loving relationship with my own mother. And so when I can honestly say I never mourned the loss of my birth mom. And so when my mother-in-law pulled out the rug from underneath me, I was devastated as I was dealing with feelings of betrayal and dealing with the truth that I never dealt with. And so it was doubly hard. I remember crying like every 5 minutes, trying to take care of my 4-year-old little girl and just, dealing with the loss of my father-in-law at that same time too, and then dealing with the loss of knowing that my mother-in-law betrayed not just me, but her family. And she had to do what she had to do. I don't fault her now, but I was enmeshed with her. I was entrained, and Diane says, "My ex left me for another woman." I am so sorry. But I know you're healed now, but that pain is something that, it leaves you with a heartache that only God can heal. And when He heals you, you're never going to put up with that kind of garbage again. Seriously, you won't. But it takes a while to heal. And I remember myself laying on my bed, looking up at the ceiling, just crying and just saying to God, "Be my everything. Be my mentor, be my dad, be my brother, be my father, be my sister, my mother, my teacher, be my counselor, be my therapist, be everything to me, because I need you." If I don't, see, I'm gonna cry. Did I bring tissue? Nope, I didn't. Anybody got a tissue? Can I have one tissue? I just remember just saying to God, I don't have my mother-in-law. I don't have anybody. I feel so alone, and I need you. And if I don't have you, then I don't have anybody. And God, don't forsake me like everybody else does. And I remember crying. And I also remember crying so hard. And you guys, I welcome, you guys do this. I welcome you guys to try this. That if ever whatever you're facing, if you're overwhelmed with feelings, and you go to God in prayer, and you're crying before Him, you feel panic-stricken, you're just so confused, and you just cannot get a grip on life, I encourage you to say this: "God, give me peace." He will. I promise you, He will. I asked God to give me peace, and I was crying to the point where I was sobbing and dry heaving, like that. And I couldn't even talk because I could hardly even breathe. Like the pain of my heart. I've done a video on this where people they succumb to having a broken heart. There is such a thing called broken heart syndrome, and I did a video on this. And we suffer from a broken heart when it comes to narcissists. No more panic attacks. Jesus is my peace. Amen. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Diane, for sharing that. Yeah, So I remember just crying and saying, God, give me peace. And that's all I could say. And I'm, God, give me peace. Like I was just like, God's probably was probably saying, settle down, girl. Holy cow, settle down. It's going to be all right. Whoa, it's not that bad. I can see everything from up here. Come on. It's, fix yourself up. And and so God, as soon as I say, God, give me peace, tears stopped. The pain of my heart stopped. I felt the flow, the blood rush flow through me. I felt his, the wind of his ruha in my bloodstream. I felt it, and I just like, okay, we're good. And I just thank you, Jesus. And so I encourage you to pray that. Just pray to God to give you peace, and he will. So now is the time to nurture yourself, to embrace self-care in a way that you've most likely never done before, never felt. So dealing with the loss of a relationship with a narcissist is not like anything you've ever felt before. It's not like anything you've ever experienced. And don't listen to people where they say, just get over it. You're not over it. It's been 2 weeks. Get over it already. No, they don't understand. And thank God they don't understand. But know this, that God is making you strong for a reason. You are the one who has to go through this, not them. Because God is making you stronger in this capacity, in your unconditional love, for a reason. The narcissist never intended to build anything with you. They never intended to build anything healthy or lasting, and that's something that you got to come to terms with. They never laid the groundwork for a genuine connection, because their purpose was all about control, not about love. Their purpose was to control you by getting into your mind. And understanding this is the crucial step in your healing journey. A major part of healing is nurturing your humanity, who you are as a woman, who you are as a man, who you are as masculine, who you are as a feminine. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Diane. She's answering Steffi's comment. Oh, me too, Diane, after 30 years, but it was a true blessing. He is a real devil. I have peace now. I got back my self-worth. Awesome, Steffi. Jesus will help you. It was for the best. It hurts, but it's like exercise. Yeah. Very true, Steffi. Thank you for sharing, you lovely ladies. Thank you so much. So understand this, that this is helping you to see who you are as God's child, God's daughter, or God's son. The narcissist is showing you that you cannot, even if you wanted to on some level, you cannot marry yourself to the devil. It's impossible, because God is in you. And if you marry yourself to the devil, Jesus has to leave. And in order for Jesus to leave, you become an empty shell, just like the narcissist. And you don't want to be a narcissist. Jesus doesn't want to leave you. Get that right now. Jesus, who lives in you, in your heart, does not want to leave you. I'm going to cry. Tissue, please. That just warms my heart. It doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter what you're going to do. It doesn't matter what you're thinking about. God is walking with you every step of the way to help heal you of your wicked thoughts. And your wicked thoughts are not just, thoughts of doing sinful things, of like lying and cheating and whatever. Your wicked thoughts are the wicked thoughts that you have about yourself. those unwanted feelings that you think about yourself. I'm unworthy, I'm unwanted, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, and I'm an idiot, I'm, unlovable, nobody likes me. Those are evil and wicked thoughts too, and Jesus is inside of you to say, no, you're not. Align yourself with me and you'll see the truth. You'll feel the truth. So you just know this. Don't blame yourself like, why did I get with the narcissist again? Why didn't I learn the first time? Why isn't it one and done? Why do I have to keep doing this and hurting myself over and over and betraying myself over and over again? Because you didn't know what you don't know. That's the fact. You don't know what you don't know. And even though narcissists, they speak the same language, not every narcissist is the same. Just like God says that we believers are running the same race, but we're at different spots of that same race. Well, that's with the narcissist too. They're running the same race. They're running the race to perdition. They're running their race to hell. But every narcissist is at a different spot. So just like us, we're at different spots in our race to attain our crown, attain glory in the name of the Lord. Do we all look the same? No, we're at different growth spurts. We're at different growing sections where I may have let go of one sin. That sin that I've let go of, you haven't let go of yet. So we lend ourselves and each other to tolerance and compassion and understanding and patience. That's what forgiving somebody 70 times 70 is lending ourselves to patience and observing if they don't change their ways. And it's our responsibility to bring the person into understanding because we don't know what we don't know. It's natural. We can change. So it's easy for us to go to somebody and say, hey, when you said that, I understand why you said it, but it kind of hurt my feelings and I just want to talk about it for a bit, if that's okay. But with a narcissist, you can't say that because they can't change. So you don't know what you don't know. It's not your fault that you could not see the signs of betrayal right when the narcissist said, hello, how you doing? That's such a funny joke. Oh, you're so hilarious. Hey, you want to do lunch tomorrow? I really enjoy your company. We don't see that as flattery, superficial. We don't see their motive. We don't see the signs. We don't know what we don't know because we're not looking for it. So give yourself a break. It's not your fault that you couldn't see the narcissist for who they are because they hid that from you. The narcissists are masters of deception. Lying is instinctual to them. They twist the reality and they manipulate it with such skill that anyone, even therapists fall prey to the narcissist. Oh yeah. So what you're really healing from isn't just the end of a relationship, okay? So just recognize that. That you're healing from the lies that you believed were fact. You're healing from the lies, from the fact that the relationship itself was built on a falsified foundation. That's what makes the process of healing from a relationship, leaving a relationship with a narcissist, different than any other kind of relationship. This is not a normal breakup, my friend. This is not a breakup from a healthy relationship that you're now having to deal with. And it's time to stop thinking like that's what this is. Give yourself a break. Healing comes when you accept the truth. It's called radical acceptance. I've got an ebook on that, radical acceptance, called Embracing Impermanence, if you want to read it. It takes you through steps of how to detach yourself from the narcissist. Because you got to stop blaming yourself. The lies, the lie that you tell yourself that you're to blame is a projection from the narcissist. They want you to take the blame. Get that through your head. They want you to take the blame. They want you to sit there and live in depression. They don't want you living your life as golden as it is. They don't want you thriving. They want you the victim because that's what they projected on you. They projected their victimization and their victimhood onto you so that they can just wipe their hands and go, nah, I'm good. Life is golden for me. Sucks to be you. Ha ha ha. When we slip into depression and we allow that to be our days, our weeks, our months, our years, the narcissist was successful. Because this is the ultimate outcome for them. This is what they ultimately wanted. They didn't want the relationship with us. That was just a necessary evil for them to get to the ultimate outcome. Our emotional demise. They're sick and twisted creatures. The lies are not for you to bear. And when you receive that, when you see that for yourself, you can then start rebuilding from a place of honesty, strength, and self-love. Because ultimately, the narcissist teaches you how to love yourself. You love yourself in a way that they couldn't love you. As you learn to love yourself in a way that you never loved you or nobody ever loved you before. The narcissist wormed their way into your heart by first infiltrating your mind. Now, this naturally happens according to science. It naturally happens. It's almost like instantaneous. This is where the real battle lies. Undoing the entrainment that they created. Right now, your brain is in withdrawal mode from the trauma bond, which is why it is crucial to address the cognitive dissonance that you are also feeling. The narcissist demanded your attention, consumed your thoughts, and tricked you into focusing solely on them. And scientific studies show that our brains have two types of specialized cells. Some of those cells help us focus on others. So these cells that grow lead our attention to focus on other people, while other cells help us to focus our attention solely on ourselves. In a narcissistic relationship, the narcissist takes control, using manipulation to ensure the relationship revolves entirely around them. Now, this process has us make the narcissist our focus, and what science calls this synchronization, where the dominant personality takes the lead in the relationship. This naturally happens with any relationship you have. And it happens naturally and almost instantaneous. But I'm going to question this. Is the narcissist really the dominant personality here? Because if they were, why did they have to lie? The truth is, the narcissist mirrored your strengths back to you. So you synchronized yourself to yourself. Interesting. They didn't win control because they were superior. No, they had to manipulate you into giving them your attention by reflecting your own qualities. So who really has the dominating personality? You do. And here's the mix-up and the twisted truth of it all is. that your cells were, your dominant cells were focused on other people, and the narcissist mirrored you back to you. So you were focusing on yourself, but you were led to believe that you were focusing on other people. So your brain cells grew more in abundance of the cells that make other people your focus. But really, you were focusing on yourself. All the love that you were giving to the narcissist, the acquiescing and saying, yes, let's go here even though you didn't want to. Yes, let's stay in even though you didn't want to. Yeah, let's make that dish together even though you didn't like that dish. Maybe you didn't like the narcissist cooking, but you just kind of wanted to be polite and kind and nice and giving. You didn't know all these things that you were giving to the narcissist at the beginning of the relationship. You were really giving to yourself because the narcissist was mirroring your good qualities back to you. So the narcissist was indirectly teaching you how to love yourself. But you were led to believe that you were being taught how to love another person. You were tricked into neglecting yourself as well, into making the narcissist the center of your world when their mask started slipping and they started doing things that was not conducive to the relationship. You started letting things go, letting it slide because you're compassionate like that. You're being compassionate towards yourself like that. But are you really? How many things do you beat yourself up upon that you do? Oh, gee, I should have saw that coming. Oh, gee, I could have done that better. Oh, gee, I don't like that about me, how I used to be. And how much guilt about your wrongdoing of your past do you carry with you around? You got to deal with that too, and that's what the narcissist teaches you. The narcissist teaches you by their abandonment of you. They teach you what it means to truly love yourself. If you can lend to the narcissist, if you can lend to them compassion and forgiveness as you let things go, you let them be who they needed to be, you just like, yeah, okay, it might be a one-off. They treated me like crap, but I'm just going to let it go. You don't stand up for yourself, you dismiss it. The narcissist teaches you that you need to act that way towards yourself. There's no double standard here, and we live in a double standard. Why is it that we can dismiss other people's negative and wrong actions towards us, but yet we're the hardest on ourselves? We don't let things go. We emotionally beat ourselves up. And we don't give ourselves the compassion. We don't lend ourselves the compassion that we lend to others. That's ultimately what we learn when we begin to heal from the narcissistic relationship. In a narcissistic relationship, the narcissist takes control, using manipulation to ensure the relationship revolves entirely around them. So understand that you were tricked into neglecting yourself. You were tricked into making the narcissist the center of your world. They hijacked your thoughts. They steered your focus away from focusing on yourself, and instead you were forced to make them your focus. And now, in their absence, those brain cells that made them your primary focus are still firing. They're still going, where is that person? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Those brain cells are still seeking the narcissist's attention, even though the narcissist is gone. So this cycle will continue until you start growing brain cells in your favor that help you focus on yourself. And it's hard to do. It feels uncomfortable. But you've already started by allowing yourself to feel those feelings, but not give yourself over to those feelings. by, I'm giving myself half an hour to cry, no more. Time yourself if you have to. Write your feelings down in a journal. Get them out of you. Beat your teddy bear if you have to. Shout at your teddy bear if you have to. Shout at a rock. Get those feelings out, but do not harbor those feelings inside of yourself so that they control your actions. You were somebody before the narcissist came along. You are still that somebody. You just have to go find that person again. They are not lost. They're hiding underneath all that negativity. And they're waiting to get out. They're waiting for you. When you peel up that last piece of rubble and you find yourself and they're like, finally you found me. Oh my gosh. It's amazing. In self-discovery, it's amazing discovering yourself. You discover yourself day by day. So the way to grow brain cells, to shift your mindset, to focus on yourself from the negative to positive, you got to start focusing on your own needs. And that's why I say, do not let your moral integrity down just because the narcissist left you. That does not give you the license to just forsake yourself and forget everything and eat whatever you want, to do whatever you want, sit and sulk, feel sorry for yourself, eat Cheetos every day, watch your soap operas. That's not going to help you. That's feeding into what the narcissist wants for you, because ultimately what they want is to see not you shine in life. They want to see you depreciate yourself. They want to see you de-evolve. So them leaving you was their ultimate goal. Yeah. So it's time to take back control by taking control of your life after the narcissist abuse begins, with owning your personal power. Just as the narcissist manipulated their way into your mind with false positivity, you can reclaim your mind with genuine positivity. Only this time, positivity for you is now rooted in truth, by the truth that you believe. You give yourself nuggets of truth. You feed yourself truth. You defend the truth that you believe. And you will see how your authenticity and your integrity will carry you through and protect you always and forever. Yeah, amen, 100%. Yeah. So the narcissist may have left behind a negative mindset in you, making you feel dependent on their attention and affection for your self-worth, and that's okay. That's okay. That's not who you are. The truth is, you have the power to turn that around by adopting a positive mindset, and you can reverse their influence. And here's how you start. For every negative thing that the narcissist said to you, counteract that with 3 uplifting and powerful statements. If you're in a narcissistic relationship now, you can start healing now before the discard comes, so that when the discard comes, water off a duck's back. You'll be ready. That is uplifting. To be ready and waiting for that day when they decide, this relationship isn't for me anymore. You're like, okay, bye-bye. And they're like, what? You're not tormented that I'm going to leave you? No, you want to leave? There's the door, bye. Don't let the doorknob hit you on the way out. Yeah. But this simple practice of, even if the narcissist has left you, you're going to ruminate on things that they've said and they've done. And those negative things, you're going to say, how can I do better? How can I change? Maybe I should have done this. Maybe the reason why they left is because, oh, remember that time that I didn't wash the dishes properly and I gave them, attitude, and we had a big fight. Oh, maybe I should just listen. Maybe they are right that maybe I don't wash the dishes correctly. No, stop that. Stop that. For every negative thing that the individual said to you, come up with 3 uplifting, empowering statements for yourself. Now, this simple practice, and journal this every day. This simple practice will shift you from seeing yourself as a mere survivor to recognizing yourself as a thriver. Maybe even do this before you go to bed at night, because your mind is then going to focus on the 3 empowering things, and you're going to fall asleep with the empowering things on your mind, and you're going to go through a mind shift while you sleep. You don't even have to work at this. So with this positive mind shift, you are going to escape the victim mentality and foster a mindset that nurtures your self-worth. The narcissist built a foundation of lies and judgments and criticisms by intentionally cultivating positivity. And this is going to feel uncomfortable at first because you're not going to believe it. But you just got to keep with it, because it's the growth of brain cells that foster you to focus on yourself. And when you have a healthy balance of, thinking about yourself in a positive way, that's what forms a belief. You're going to feel stronger, more convicted. You're going to feel that conviction that I am good. I am worth something. I don't need anybody to tell me that I'm worthless. I don't subscribe to that negativity. I don't believe that. That's not true. They don't know me, and that's the thing. The narcissist doesn't know you. They've never seen you champion for your own success. They never saw the hurdles that you had to go through. Who are they to come along and say, you're nothing without me? Well, dudette, I was somebody before I met you, because I successfully maneuvered my life through this and through that, and I didn't need your help because I didn't even know you. So how dare you tell me that I am nothing without you? Because I was somebody before I met you. See, your mind has to go back through those memories. So take your mind back through those memories. It doesn't matter if you were 5 years old and you learned how to ride a bike on your own. The narcissist was not there. That was a milestone in achievement. Go back to that memory and say, the narcissist wasn't there for that one. Where was the narcissist there when I started walking? Where was the narcissist there when I did 20 pull-ups and I trained and I did 20 pull-ups on the pull-up bar? Where was the narcissist where I ran that marathon and I achieved 3rd place? Where was the narcissist at my piano recital? Where was the narcissist when you fill in the blanks? Go through your life and go through all the things that you were success. Where was the narcissist when I had my SAT, took my SATs? Where was the narcissist when I had to study to get my bachelor's degree? Where was the narcissist when I had to deliver that baby in that taxi? Where was the narcissist when I had to perform heart surgery on somebody for the very first time? And the narcissist has to say, you're nothing without me? That's a bold-faced lie. So just go through that, journal that, start from the beginning of your memory of those good thoughts, those good memories. You didn't need the narcissist then. You don't need the narcissist now. You don't need the narcissist in your future. So a positive outlook helps you to prioritize yourself, when you focus on good things, on affirming your own worthiness, you are less likely to ruminate about the toxic relationship. But if you do ruminate, there is a technique to get you out of that rumination right quick. So instead of ruminating, you will just find new ways to channel your pain into personal growth. Now, this process strengthens your emotional resilience, so you'll be impervious to a narcissist next time. Or maybe even the same one who comes back to Hoover. You're going to release resentment and embrace the valuable lessons you've learned just from doing these exercises. Because you're going to see the narcissist for who they are. They're a liar. They can't not be a liar. They can't stop lying. Oh, certainly they can tell the truth, but when it serves them, you know that. So I'm here to tell you that your wellness, your relationship was never about the narcissist. It's about healing and coming to a better understanding of who you are in your humanity and your divinity. And that's ultimately what the narcissist, when they leave, that's what they can bring to us. They can help us see that. They don't want us to see that, but when you don't allow the narcissist to win, when you take back your control, you're going to appreciate that, okay, if it wasn't for the narcissist, I wouldn't be in my divinity. I wouldn't be in my self-awareness as I am today. Your life is always about you. It's not about anybody else. Your life is about you and your relationship with yourself and the relationship that you have with God. That's ultimately what it is. The narcissist makes it about them because they don't know God. This life is about your healing. It's about thriving. So you never want to go back to them or a loveless relationship again. And by you making you your focus, you never will. So I have on my website, the ko-fi.com/Shannon Gilmore website. I'll have a link in the description of this video after this video is over. But I do have on my website the healing toolkits in the form of ebooks and e-courses and membership tiers to help you step into your personal power to make that transition of healing through positive mindsets. And together we will walk through positive mindset programs, e-coaching courses like the Mask of Ego, Designing You, and Deep Calls to Deep. These are 3 e-coaching courses that I bring biblical understanding directly to you. Like the book of Job, we visit when we go through the course, Exposing the Ego, Exposing the Mask of Ego. I share with you, I think, 3 different times, 3 different healing modalities, 3 different perspectives in just the book of Job alone. It's just, I've used these myself to help heal as God directed me to take notes, and my notes are in book form for you to learn from if that's what you want to do, if that's what you feel like they're welcome there for you. There's free programs, and there's also, just a minimal cost to help you. So you can, I wanted just share this with you because I said earlier that you can stop the rumination. You can stop those ruminating thoughts. And it's just a breathing practice. That's all it is. If you go back through this video, you will see my breathing is different. It's not, normally when we're stressed, and we're ill, when we're thinking too much, we tend to breathe very shallow from our chest. But if you can become mindful of your breathing and make a practice to include your chest, but also your diaphragm area, and breathe from your gut, your breathing isn't always deep, but when you breathe from your gut, you disengage your mind, your ego. And I can share this with you, and I'm speaking from experience where I couldn't sleep at night because I was ruminating and I was feeling a panic attack, like, oh my gosh, I need this person. I got to break this no contact rule. I got to go back to him. And I did. But God works in mysterious ways. I got the phone number wrong and I texted the wrong person. And the person said, wrong number. And I thought, oh my gosh, this person really doesn't want to see me. He doesn't want to talk to me ever again. He's pretending that he doesn't know it's me. Oh my gosh. So I'm like, what do you mean wrong number? I don't mean anything to you. And I just went on this and I was panicking and I was so heartbroken. That just exasperated my panic. And I found online just a short, 2-minute video on YouTube explaining how breathing helps to soothe you and breathing brings you back to a state of peace. And so I tried it. And it was difficult at first. It was really difficult where, it felt uncomfortable. It almost felt like panic stricken. My body was panic stricken because I was altering the breathing pattern. And so I was trying to deep breathe, breathe in to the count of 4, hold, and let it go to the count of 4. Breathe in to the count of 4, hold, and breathe out to the count of 4. And I was trying to do that, and my mind was like, we're in danger here. And I just like, no, just focus. I'm just going to listen to my breath. And I did. You just listen to your breath and exhale and listen. And your awareness might want to deviate, but you just bring back your attention to the sound that your breathing makes. And I fell asleep, I think within 5-10 minutes. And I woke up so refreshed, disengaged from the narcissist. I didn't panic that day. And when I felt myself starting to think about the narcissist, I just, nope, I'm going to breathe my way through it. Just breathe. Just breathe. And that in itself, if I did, I don't think for the first few months I didn't do anything. I just focused my breath work on that, and that disengaged me from that particular narcissist. And that was heaven sent. That was amazing. So if you don't do anything else, if you can't find yourself wanting to do anything else, just focus your breath, and that will get you through. So, understanding what a positive mindset can do, I've given you some work, just some baby steps to working it out in this video. I hope this has helped you, because you can do things such as meditation, focus your breathing, journaling, and having a healing mindset by tuning yourself into affirmation prompts. That this leads you to your sobriety, away from those withdrawal symptoms and of the narcissist that naturally take place after a breakup with the narcissist. You're not alone in this. Listen to this video, take notes, geek out on the other videos of this channel. If you need to, I'm just an email away. And always remember, God is always as close as his name. He will help you too. He's always here to help you. So may this video help you to find peace and clarity today. My name is Shannon Gilmore, and thank you for showing up on this video. Please come back tonight, as we will probably talk more about this information, as we'll dive deeper, and we'll just do a question and answer tonight at 10 o'clock. So come with your thinking caps on, and let's do this. So from now, you guys go enjoy your day and make your day great. I love you all. Bye-bye.